No one? Anyone executed the list-based or set-based? Yesterday we discussed different scenarios. Yes, sir. Say yes or no. I'm asking.
Yes, sir. It is done.
Everyone? Why you are not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, today we discuss about a different injection. Different type. Is there any customer? Yesterday we discussed about customer. Products, properties, customer, student. Okay. Yesterday we continued with customer things like customer B, and if the customer has a date of birth, how we can configure. So can you see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
If the customer contain this ID, name, and others, we know, right, how to do it. And next we can discuss about if the customer has a date of birth. Okay, list set is same, and address we know, right, ref. Okay, and the list with a string and the list with a custom object. How do we configure? We know, right? List is inside a list. We can use what? A ref per object. If it's a simple type, we can use list. We can give the value. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Next, if the customer has a date of birth. Okay, private date of birth or DOB date of birth, and date of birth is which type? Date type. So date is available in which package? Java.util package. I'm using this one. Import SQL or util. So util. Okay, so everyone should carefully follow it. Okay, otherwise you can't do this configuration. And same thing, if ask this question in interview, we are unable to answer, right? So that is the reason, carefully observe it. And if you are getting any doubt, so just ask it so that we can discuss in a clear way. Otherwise, what happen? I think everyone understood. Then that's the reason I'm moving to the next level. So if not understood, you are lost on it, right? So now I add the which method here? Setters and getters. So I added the new property, DOB, date of birth, and is a date type, java.util, and go to source, generate setters and getters. Okay, and select. So generate what? Select all or generate. Only different will getting. Select getter and set. Both we want to come. Yes. Select all. Now it generated or not. Get DOB, set DOB. Yes, perfect. Now next in XML file, how we can write? That is next challenge, right? So go to XML file, and where is that customer bin? This is a customer bin, and customer ID, name, address, and products. The products is the list of the product, and the list is not a simple type. Again, we have to use ref bin. This is done. Here is the bin closing, and after closing the property tag, we need to add which one? Another property. Another property name is DOB. And this DOB is not a simple type, right? It's not a simple type. Everyone following, right? Next question is what? Here, the property is DOB, and DOB is a which one? Date type. For the date type, we need to add this configuration style. So first, we need to set here what is the date and everything we need to set here. First of all, we need to add this bean predefined class. So in generally to convert the which one data type, we are using which one? Simple date formatter, right? So we have to use simple date formatter class because this is a predefined class. So generally we are using to convert the date. Okay, so we can add anywhere. So I'm adding here inside bean. Okay, bean ID equal to the date format, class equal to java.text.simple date format, and this is a property injecting with the through constructor. And which format you are giving? YYMMDD format I am giving. Okay, so we have a date format, right? So we have different date formats are there, and I'm using year, month, date. Okay, and this bean we need to use here. Okay, where our this bean ID is using here. Okay, property name is DOB, and we have to use factory method. So factory method is already is there, right? Inside a property, we're adding this bean. So where is it required? In our come back to the customer class. Okay, customer class DOB, and it's a date type. Inside that we are writing the one inner bean. Inside a property tag, if you're writing any bean, we call it as an inner bean. And factory bean is what? Date format. And this date format already we defined here, line number 8. Okay, with the simple date formatter. And factory method. In that simple date formatter, which method is there? Parse method. Parse method is a factory method. Do you know factory method or factory design pattern? It's able to return own class object or different class object. Okay, we will discuss about this factory design pattern once it's done. And inside this factory design pattern, parse method, we are setting this through the constructor injection. And like I am giving the data for this like 2000 January 31st. Okay, this is I am giving. Okay, save and come back to which one? Test tab. And we need to call this customer details, right? ID, name, before address I'm printing which one? Data birth. Right? And run the program. Run as Java. Now date of birth is what? Monday, Jan 31st and 2000. So it's given what? IST. So our what is our system time zone? IST, right? Indian Standard Time. That is taking and giving it. And we are not setting which one? Hour, minute, second. So it's given the default value. Clear? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So to configure the data birth property in the POSO class, first we need to add one property, right, in customer class DOB. After that, in Spring.xml, we need to use predefined date formatter class that is called simple date formatter. Okay, I'm sharing in the chat box. Copy and paste in the notepad. After this session, you can execute. First, in XML file, we need to add this one. Simple date formatter. Next one, and where is using this date format class? In our customer bean class, right? And property name equal to DOB, and inside a property we are again calling the another bean. Okay, so this is we need to add. That's it. Done. So just copy this one, paste in a notepad, and execute this scenario. Clear or not? Still any doubt? Tell me. And next one here, what is the factory method? Do you know anyone know about the factory method or factory design pattern? How many design patterns do you know? Last time we discussed singleton. Okay. singleton design pattern. So you should know about this, all these interview questions. Singleton design pattern, factory design pattern. So in this factory design pattern, we have two things are there: static factory method design pattern and non-static factory design pattern. Okay, generally we are using which one? Driver class, right? Driver manager dot get connection. Just remember here, driver manager dot get connection. So this method is what is written. What is the written type of get connection? Sir, no. And it is a one of the design pattern factory methods. So factory design pattern is tell about the is able to return the same class object or other class object. It's known as a factory design pattern. Example, this is a driver class dot get connection. It's returning the same class object or a different class object, different class, right? And class dot for name. Class dot for name is returning the what? Return type. You already learned, right? Class dot for name. And we are giving some input. What is return type here? Class only, right? Runtime loading the class. Yes or no? And here is the for name method is written in the same class object, right? So are you following or just respond?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Following, sir.
So now understood, tell me. Srinivas, what is the factory design pattern? Srinivas Bala. You're following, right? Tell me. What is the factory design pattern? I'm telling you last minute. Everyone is alert or not? It's very important. The interview may ask this type of design patterns. Did I repeat or you understood?
One second, repeat.
You should concentrate, right? Here, factory method is capable to return the same class object or other class object. Okay, understood now? So capable to return same class object or different class object is called factory design pattern. So and example is driver manager dot get connection, and another one is class dot per name, and these two are static methods, right? Class name dot method name. So it's a static factory design. Okay, static factory method. And another one, non-static factory method is also there. Example, string class is there. Okay, string some s equal to we are giving something runs. Okay, here is we are using s dot concat method, right? So, no. Concat method, and I'm using something ESH. So, and this is a non-static factory, non-static, right? And it's written the same class object. Yes or no? So here we are calling this concat method with a reference object is called non-static factory design method. Okay, non-static factory method, and above these two methods are static factory methods. And factory is a factory thing is factory design pattern is tell about is able to return same class object or other class object. Then if you interviewer asks, can you give some example? Then you can give these 3 examples. Okay, you can take a screenshot and you can use it. Otherwise, share in the chat box. You can copy. You can put in your running document. I said right. I maintain the one running document based on the today date and every day. Okay. And here I'm using the same factory method. This factory method is what? Parse method. This parse method is there in the simple date formatter, and I use it, and it's given some description. See here, the name of the factory method to use create this object. So which object? This current object. What is that? Date format, simple date format or object. And use constructor arg element to specify the argument to the factory method. Right? So it's taking and creating the object. Understood now? Next one. Next requirement is if the any POSO class has a map object. Okay. For example, next requirement, the class is something question is there, question B. Okay, question B. This is my class, and here some properties are there here. Private string something question. Okay, and another one answer is there. Okay, answer, and this answer is I want to take a map type. Okay, map, and map contain the key and value, right? Key is the string type, and value also has a string type. Okay, then how we can configure? How we can configure in the XML file? Understood? Next our requirement. So what is our next requirement? So if the main class contains map type injection, how to configure? We already discussed about list, set, array. If is array type also there, we can use list only. Okay, and if is map type is there, how we can do? How we can do? Now we are to. And did you get this document?
No, sir.
Already I shared this document and he said formatting still I think is in progress. And if is a map type is there, so in the XML file we should use map tag, and inside a map we have to write entry key equal to and a value equal to. Okay, and entry key equal to value equal. Like this we have to configure because map contains key and value. Do you know about entry? Anyone knows about entry? You learn already about map, right? Hash map, linked hash map, tree map. Entry is a inner interface of map. In inner interface, which methods are there? Get key method and get values methods are there. Do you know this? So inside a map, so what is that? Map is a what? Interface, right? Interface is a map. And inside interface, we have different methods are there, right? So different methods are there. So again, inside an interface, one more inner interface is there. Okay. Interface name is entry. Okay, entry interface. Inside a entry interface, two methods are there: get key method and get value methods. Okay, this is the way there. And one common interview question: how can I read key and values in map? Can you answer anyone? We have a map object, key and values. I want to read the key and values one by one. How can I? This goes our topic on dot Spring. This is a common interview question. Again, I am telling you. Pooja, do you know how we are displaying the key and values one by one?
Yes, sir. Use the entry set. We collect them and we iterate through the set.
Entry set is what is the return type?
Set.
Set. From set, how we are iterating one by one?
Through we can iterate through iterator or else with the for each.
Yeah. Then we can call these methods, right? Get key method and get value method. This is the reason. Internally, map is contain another interface is there. We can call here. Okay, now we can discuss that also. Okay, so same thing we are coming. Okay, clear? Now I'm taking this new requirement, map based injections. Okay, I'm creating the one new bean. So we can execute the same thing what you explained. Okay, and what is the here I'm taking the bean name is question bean. This is my bean class, and here I have the two properties. One is the string property, another one is the map based property. Okay, and the question. Okay, the next one, private is a map, and the key is which type? String type. Is the string, value also string, and this is what I'm taking answer. Okay, this is my requirement, and map is available in the which package? com.util. Okay, I imported. Next, what is the requirement? I want to generate setters and getters. Source, Alt Shift S. Then we get these options, setters and getters. Select all, done. We got it, right? Save. Okay, clear? The next, what is our requirement? How we are configuring the XML file. How we are configuring? So I take here new bean. So what is a bean close? So you should write within a beans only. Beans is the root tag. Okay, you have to write so bean, and bean is starting ending is required, and each ID it should be unique. Bean ID equal to I'm giving the question bean, same like a class name only, question bean, and the next one class equal to, so where is available, we have to give fully qualified name, com.np dot bean dot which one, question bean. Correct? This is the configuration. Next, inside this one, what properties we are using? Setter injections, right? Property tag. Each property tag equal to one setter method. So we are using property tag. Property name is what? Question. Okay. Property name is question, and we can self close here. And next one, value. So I'm giving the question is what is string? This is my question. What is string? Okay, so answer I need to configure with a map object, and answer and given by name, right? So just now I given here. So this. So what is a string is an open source framework, and given by some Divisha, and this is from Brands. Like that, given our answers with the username. And next property we have to write. Property name equal to what? To this question being here we are getting automatically answer, and inside this answer is which type? Map type. So inside a property tag we have to use which one? Map. This is a map. Inside a map again what you need to write? Control space entry. You need to write entry. Okay, inside a entry what is there? Key and value is there. Okay, so we can use self closing, and we can write a key. What is the key? And key is we can give answer. Okay, right? Keys should be unique, right? And username maybe is a duplicate. So I'm taking that. So what is the string? Question. So answer I'm writing. String is open source framework. Okay, and this is the key. And next one, value. And value is given by whom? So by some Rajesh. Okay, this is the I'm writing. And next answer, we can same question. We have multiple answers, right? Yes or no? So this is by something Srinivas, and this is by some. Okay, And the next question, next answer, can you tell that? What is a Spring? Spring is a open source framework. Next one, Spring is a, tell me. Tell me, what is the Spring? First class we discussed, right? Spring is a what? Lightweight, you can tell.
Lightweight.
And next
Easy,
one?
lightweight.
Hmm.
Loosely coupled.
Yes. Next.
It has a testability.
So is like a Spring is a multi-model application, and by Spring is by using Spring we can develop any type of application, right? And it's also loosely coupling. Okay, coupling framework. So like that we are giving these many answers. Okay, next is done, right? Our configuration is done. Next question, how to read here. Okay, so how can I read? So this is a customer being, this all the things is not required now, right? Yes. We have to call factory.getBean, right? Factory.getBean. And what is the bean ID? What is the bean ID I'm giving? Question B. Okay, this is the way I'm writing. Question B. And we can give also class type. Okay. Question bean dot class. Okay, and it's written the which object? Question bean object directly. Directly we can say question bean something space question bean equal to this, right? Yeah. Now tell me, Pooja, you just now said how I'm iterating those things. First, I am printing, right? So what is the question I is printing? This is a simple type. Okay. Question bean dot get question. So now it's printing the question. What is the string? Next, we have to call the which one? Answer, right? Question bean dot get answer. But answer return type is what? What is a return type? Map. Map is a key comma value. Key is the string and value is the string, right? Now how can I iterate here one by one? Yeah, Pooja, just now you said, right? How many approaches are there to iterate? Two approaches are there.
Yes, sir.
By using entry set, another one is get keys is there. Okay, do you know this two approach, everyone? If you don't know, I will explain. Otherwise, I go with one of the approach. Okay, I hope everyone know. Right, I'm using one of the approach is the get key set approach. So I call the map dot get. Which method we need to call? Which method? Key set, right? I'm calling the key set method. And it's what is the return type? Set of keys is written. Okay, set of entries. It's written set of entries. And next one, what should I do? What should I do? You need to use iterator. Set dot. Iterator is a universal cursor, right? No. Iterator sum. Okay, and iterator is also available in the util package, right? Next, what is? Take while loop. That Which method is there? As next is a Boolean return type. You should remember this all the return types. So while doing code is very easy. Next, after that we are calling which method? I dot next method. So next method is return type is object, right? But I want to store in the map.entry. Map.entry. See. Okay, key is which type? String. And value is also string type. Okay, and we can store the entry. Okay, and after that we can do typecasting. Add typecast. Right. Then after that we have a which method? Get key and get value methods are there, right? Someone is unmuted. Go mute. Entry dot get key, okay, and slash key plus entry dot get value, right? Done. Done. Any doubt here? And we can also add here key set is what is the return type is set. Setup is returning keys. Is return only keys. Right? Another approach entry set is also there. So instead of key set, we can use entry set. Directly get the entries. Entry set. Now it's written the what? So first approach is key set is there. Another approach is entry set. Entry set is returning what? Set of entries. See here. Set of entry of key comma value. It's returning. And you can mention it. So here what you are getting? All warnings are getting, right? Is a raw type. So what should I do? You set which one? Generic type. Okay. We can set here generic type. What you can set? Set of entry. Entry of which one? Key comma value. Key is a string type, comma value also string type. We can put like this. Now no warning at line number 43, right? Next line number 44 is also warning is there. These are warnings. So these are getting with the generic one and iterator. And we are calling iterator. It is also returning entry of string of object. See, we can take here entry of string of object. Okay. If you're using this generic syntax, no need to do typecasting. I think you learned it. See, all warnings are done. And here no need to do it, typecasting. So this is the reason we are using generics, and this concept was introduced in 1.5 version in Code Java. Okay. Type safety and typecasting purpose, we are using the generics. See, now there is no warnings. Clear? And now I'm executing. Run as Java application. Some error. What is that? Any configuration mismatch? Property question. Question being property name. What is telling? Configuration problem. Unexpected failure during the bean parsing. Multiple property defines for the property question. Okay. I need to recheck the configuration. Multiple property definition. I think is there any submission? So this is the bean ID. Question B class this one, and okay, this should be answer, right? Understood? So same property you are configuring 2 times. That's the reason these containers, string container getting ambiguity. So question property 2 things are there. How can I inject? Right? So this is the error we are getting. First property is that. Understood now? I configure same property twice. So that's the reason got error. Okay? Save and run the main class. See now, no warnings from line number 41 to 48. Now, what is a string? And getting the answer by the names, usernames. Clear? If the map-based injection is there, this is a way to inject. Clear or anyone doubt? Please respond when I'm asking the question. It's not an offline class, right? Are guys are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Do you want this code?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sharing in the chat box. So after the class, should execute this only class, every day's class work. What I'm executing the class in class, same thing you should execute. Okay. This is the configuration. Bean ID class, everything is great. Okay. And you know in the Java side, right? Java Bean, how to write Java Bean, you know, and how you iterate it, that is also you know, right? Clear? Or you want this code as well? You can copy this one. After meeting is not available, the chat box. Just copy and paste only. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So these are the different scenarios are there in the Bean class, right? So all the different configurations we are learning now. Now next, which is the pending is the property file is there. Pending is there. Java.util.property class is there, right? That is one pending. Once it's done, we completed the Bean factory, then we can start the application context container. Second one. Second container is there, right?
Yes, sir.
So the next one. And another one, here is which one? Key and values are simple type. Then we are using the just a direct value. If it is object type, we have to use key -rep or value -rep. Okay, understood? The next scenario is in the list also we discussed, right? In customer class, in the first is the list is the string type. Then directly we are giving the value, list of values. If it's the object type, we are giving what? Rep bean, right? Inside a list tag, we are giving rep bean. Same way, instead of this string type, if I have some answer class and user class, okay, then how we can configure? So I'm changing here this answer class, right? Answer class, and this is the answer is given by user, right? This is the user class. If configuration is there in the map, then how we can configure? Key -rep, value -rep. Clear? So we can write key -rep, value -rep like this. So we can mention entry set inside this control space. This is the tag we have to use it. Understood? Key -rep, value -. This is a homework for you. Okay, your homework is you can create this POSO class like this, the question bean, and we have to key is the which one? Answer. Value is the user, and again you have to create this answer class, right? Yes or no? In answer class, we are taking answer and answer ID. Are you following? And in this answer, I am taking the two properties: private int ID, answer ID, and private string answer NS. Okay, this is the properties is there. Come back to question B. Next one, user class. Okay, then create the same user class, and again these two properties are there. Okay, same thing. How the properties are? We can take private int user ID, private string. What is the name of the user? If this type of configuration is there, then how we can configure key -ref, value -ref. Understood? Here, instead of a key instead of key, we have to use which one? Key -ref and value -ref, and we have to give that user object and answer object. Again, we need to configure answer object like this, answer ID and answer these properties like this. Okay, this is your homework. Everyone should execute, and I will check in your system. Okay, clear or any doubt?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Next one, if it's a property based, so the child bin is not required. If is another one is a child based is there, how we can do it? That we can discuss. Yeah, this is. If is a property java.util property type based injection. So DB properties we are reading, right, generally, and is a property type. Then, and this is also I'm giving a homework for you, just so you can execute this one. And tomorrow we can discuss application context. I'm giving you these two homeworks. So just I'm explaining here. Code. Okay, so now the class is DB properties class, and it has some properties, DB properties, and which type it is? Properties type. And this property is available in which package? Java.util package. Okay, java.util.properties, and we are writing some setters and getters, right? And next in configuration file, how we can write? Bean ID, so the object name and class equal to, you have to give fully qualified name with the including package, and the property name is what? This is the DB properties, and we have to use, if this any Java Bean class contain any property which type, java.util.properties type, we should use which one? Props. We should use props tag. Inside a props you have to write props key and value. Key is what? Driver class name, and value MySQL driver. Okay, prop key is URL and value this is. Like that we need to configure. Okay, these two homeworks for you. One is the key -ref map related, and another one is the java.util property based injections. Okay, this is also I'm sharing just to add in your class and execute. That's it. Okay. Understood? Copy this one. Done copying.
Yes, sir.
Done or not? Stress one where it is completed.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
So, okay, your homework is what? Map is contain the object type, how we are injecting key -ref, value -ref. That is one homework. Another one is if the Bean class contains java.util.properties class, then how you configure in the configuration time? You have to use props, and inside a props you have to write prop key and value. Okay, this is the two homeworks you have to do, everyone. Okay, and he's asking, have you given any homeworks? He must. So I update the same thing, and you will check. Okay. And tomorrow we can discuss next level, application context container. Still now we are working with which one? Bean factory container, right? So tomorrow we can learn the new container application context container. Okay, and you should remind to him whether the documents are ready or not. Okay, you can ask us so that he will give. Otherwise, he may forget.
Okay.
Any questions? If no questions, we can wind up the session. Okay, then bye. We'll meet tomorrow next.